Hi there! Welcome to Apple World. Well, there is one more turn in the Jeannie, Mai and Jeezy separate from the show on the grounds that new reports are charging that Jeannie Mai has no spot passed on to call home since her marriage reached a conclusion. Jeannie has previously been making some extreme memories of managing a separation. And when you presently add vagrancy to the general mishmash very much, we should simply say that she has been having a close-to-home breakdown and crying over the manner in which Jezzy has been treating her. So, what's to believe here is that this is only one major show of dominance from Jezzy now. Since Jezzy served Jeannie Mai legal documents, she has been battling to deal with the way that she is going to turn into
a single parent, which is the one thing that she has been terrified of for her whole adult life. She and Jeannie have been hitched for under 3 years, and they have a girl named Monaco who is under 2 years of age right now, which makes what is happening much more troubled. Jeannie was totally bushwhacked by the separation on the grounds that a couple of days before Jezzy sent her legal documents, she was over here observing Jezzy in his new book, and that simply lets us know that the separation was not in that frame of mind for her with respect to why Jezzy out of nowhere chosen to end their marriage, an insider told E!
Key magazine saying Jezzy and Jeannie Mai's forthcoming separation originates from various C's. They weren't in total agreement when it came to specific family values and assumptions. They had various perspectives, and each felt like their necessities weren't totally met. This was somewhat befuddling in light of the fact that it was only a month prior that Jezzy commended her family values. I love my family. Man, no doubt. I love our dynamic. I love the manner in which we rock. I love the wonderful way we individuals don't comprehend it since it ain't so much for them to comprehend. You know, similarly, and I probably am aware, like my significant other from the Narrows. So I don't have the foggiest idea why individuals get it misinterpreted. She is very much like us on the low side. He even guaranteed that her qualities and the cozy connections she had with her family had roused him to fix the terrible relationship that he had with his own dad.
I've at any point seen you realize individuals plunking down, eating, chatting, and tidying up the kitchen together. Like you understand what I'm saying, and I will never see again that socially. Her family, they're truly close. You understand what I'm talking about, and they truly do a great deal of things together, which makes it simpler for me to get things done with my family. I've seen my dad more in the last, 5 years than I've presumably seen for what seems like forever.
It got more confounding when we figured out that he had really sought legal separation back in June, which implied that he spent the whole summer playing the ideal spouse, realizing that he had plans to leave Jeannie.
Yet even through this, Jeannie is battling like the devil to clutch her marriage on the grounds that she doesn't need a separation. She never needed to get hitched a second time, not to discuss getting separated from a subsequent time, and she is frantically attempting to clutch the marriage as per. Page 6.
Jeannie Mai is crushed that her marriage is finished, and when her nuclear family comes back, the fact of the matter is that Jeannie needs her marriage to work and believes her family should be one strong unit. She is crushed by the fact that Jezzy petitioned for legal separation. Jeannie profoundly cherishes Jezzy, and she needs to figure out things she didn't get hitched to get separated from. This was not a piece of the arrangement, and the source proceeded to say that this isn't the way she of all time envisioned things would go down. Despite the fact that Jezzy has recorded Jeannie is holding out trust that he might want to plunk down and work things out. She's expecting a goal and needs to stay as a unified nuclear family. Yet things may be deteriorating for Jeannie in light of the fact that, as per new reports, she has no place to reside following her separation. A source as of late affirmed on page 6 that, despite the fact that Jeannie and Jezzy have a few issues, she never believed that it would end a separation. Jesus used to live in Atlanta, and Jeannie invested the greater part of her energy in Los Angeles to zero in on her vocation and content. And now that Jezzy is separating from her, she has no idea where she will experience. The source said they've had issues for quite a while, however things got truly hard throughout recent months. He invests essentially the entirety of his energy in Atlanta, and she was flying this way and that among there, and she was downsizing a little and attempting to invest additional time in Atlanta to deal with on their problems. The timetable sort of checks since Jezzy really documented way back in June. The source proceeded to say she clearly realized they had issues, however she wasn't expecting a separation. Presently she's having a go at attempting to sort out what her life resembles and where she'll be residing, so it seems like Jeannie was cutting back on work and attempting to deal with fixing that relationship, however Jezzy had genuinely looked at without her. Knowing likewise since he possessed their home, she presently needs to track down a spot to reside. Notwithstanding the profound pressure of the separation, the insider guaranteed that Jeannie has been going through a difficult stretch attempting to come to terms with the separation. And presently, the issue of her tracking down another spot to call home has recently destroyed her. It's a truly miserable circumstance, and fans left familiar saying after all that she's experienced, and presently she's getting embarrassed like this. Imagine cherishing somebody or needing somebody who doesn't need you and petitioning God for Jeannie. I genuinely want to believe that she mends and seems like she turned herself back to the front, attempting to conciliate him as a lady and afterward spouse. All it took was something he didn't endorse or like, and he was out. So it seems like he really didn't commit something so off base that it's unimaginable not to feel frustrated about Jeannie under these conditions. Yet I would like to subscribe Apple World for more videos.